For the number 7 story today, we go to Reddit because Reddit's having a bit of backlash on freedom of information, freedom of speech, in a way that's interesting. We talked this weekend about the United States pulling funds for Voice of America. First, they pulled funds for their subscriptions to services. Then they basically put everybody on leave. And people are basically yelling at me because they're saying, no, they're actually liberal idiots who are spreading lies about America. They're making it worse. I beg to differ. Here's a chance where people are seeing the better parts or the worst parts of themselves being blocked, as there's backlash for people cracking down, Reddit themselves, on Luigi Mangione content. There's been a moderation efforts to basically weed out some of the more, let's say, salacious things about the man who shot the man in the street in cold daylight, in cold blood, in broad daylight, in cold blood. UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Now, they prohibited the sharing of Mangione's manifesto, also citing other policies promoting violence. Moderators have been instructed to remove posts and comments featuring or endorsing the manifesto itself, with non-compliance potentially leading to user bans or subreddit closures. And people are pissed. Crackdown sparking significant backlash with Reddit users because that's where they get information. The automatic moderation tools are flagging the term Luigi and potentially for anything violent. So other Luigi things are getting pulled in there. Even Luigi, the cartoon character, because it's doing it in an AI fashion where it doesn't really know what it's doing. But the biggest issue is the ecosystem that's supposed to be there to share information is not sharing information that may be needed to be shared. Now, let me step out of my original bubble on stuff like that, spreading information that's really not information. I don't have a problem with people getting information that is foul, if you will. So people want to see the sort of real ideas behind Luigi Mangione's ideas for what made him do the thing he did. I don't have a problem behind that. I do have a problem with overuse and using it to glorify your platform. So there's that. But for people having access to the manifesto, I'm not the person who thinks just because something exists, it will, it's going to actually indoctrinate people into it. I'm not a banned books person by any means. I want people to have the rights to do stuff. And if you don't want to talk about it, you talk to the people in your circle and say, we don't want to talk about it. We don't do with it, and make it initial. I talk with my children. I've talked to my children about the books they have read or are reading, the 12-year-old, the book she is reading. And we monitor and see what's going on. And if we don't like it, we talk about it. We will either talk about it as she reads it, or we'll talk about it and tell her why she's not reading it. And we go from there. I guess I have a problem with Reddit being sort of a den of just trash itself, but them basically dispromoting the manifesto is slightly a problem. Promoting some of the crazy, he's so cute stuff, that's not a problem. And weeding out Luigi, the brother of Mario, as opposed to Luigi, the guy who shot the guy, is an issue as well. But this is something that we'll have to contend with until the end of time, I'm sure, at least through the trial where we get some sort of resolution of what happens. Even though when you have pictures of the guy shooting somebody in the head, it's hard to find him not guilty.